Hi beautiful souls, welcome back to the channel. Today we're diving into something truly transformative, something that can shift how you experience your entire life. We're talking about allowance, the art of allowing yourself, your emotions, your path, and your manifestations to unfold with ease. This isn't just a concept or a pretty spiritual word. Allowance is a state of being. It's the doorway to your vortex, that magical, energetic place Abraham Hicks talks about where everything you've ever asked for already exists. So in this video, we're exploring 3 powerful reasons why allowance puts you in the vortex, and how science, spirituality, and your own body all reflect this truth. By the end of this, you'll understand not only why allowance matters, but how to actually live it, so you can stop pushing against what you don't want and start receiving what you do. Let's start with something simple but profound. When you get worked up about something, when you stress, argue, or stew in frustration, who does it really affect? Not the person who cut you off in traffic. Not your coworker who took credit for your idea. Not your ex, not your boss, not your neighbor. It affects you. Your body becomes a mirror of your thoughts. When you replay anger, your heart rate rises. When you hold resentment, your muscles tighten. When you tell yourself you're not safe or enough, your nervous system believes you. And here's the fascinating part, your body doesn't know the difference between what's happening out there and what's happening in your mind. Neuroscience proves this. Studies from places like Stanford and Harvard have shown that the same brain regions light up when you imagine an event as when you experience it. That means when you think about being mistreated, your body relives it. When you think about peace and love, your body releases chemicals that make you feel that way. When Abraham Hicks says, you're only ever feeling the vibrational relationship between where you are and where you want to be, this is literal truth. Your body, your cells, your hormones, your chemistry, is just responding to the vibration of your thoughts. When you get worked up, when you push against something, your body is flooded with stress hormones like cortisol and adrenaline. Those chemicals are designed for short bursts, to run from danger or handle emergencies. But when you live in that state of resistance, your body never gets the signal that it's safe again. Your immune system weakens. Your digestion slows. Your mind becomes foggy. And your energy drops out of alignment with your natural well-being. This is what Abraham calls resistance to the flow, and it's the opposite of allowance. When you allow, your body relaxes. Your mind quiets. Your energy aligns. And in that moment of ease, you become a perfect vibrational match to your vortex. Now, let's go deeper into this, because this is where science and spirituality beautifully intersect. Your body isn't judging what's right or wrong. It's not sitting there saying, oh, she's angry for a good reason. Let's keep the cortisol flowing. Your body doesn't have moral logic. It only knows what your thoughts are instructing it to feel. Louise Hay, one of the great pioneers of mind-body healing, said something so powerful, every thought we think is creating our future. She taught that emotions and beliefs literally become the blueprint for our physical state. Anger stored in the liver, resentment in the joints, fear in the kidneys. She mapped out how emotional energy becomes biological reality. And modern science supports this now. Epigenetics, the study of how genes are expressed, shows that your thoughts, your emotions, your environment, and your beliefs all influence which genes turn on or off. Dr. Bruce Lipton, a cell biologist, calls it the biology of belief. Your perception of the world changes your biochemistry. If you think life is dangerous, your cells prepare for defense. If you think life is loving and safe, your cells open up for growth. So think about it, your body only knows what you tell it through your thoughts. If you tell yourself, I'm overwhelmed, your nervous system reacts. If you tell yourself, I'm at peace, it relaxes. That's why Bashar says, circumstances don't matter, only your state of being matters. Your outer world is just a reflection of your inner frequency. When you shift your thoughts, when you allow well-being, you literally change the vibration your body emits. You align with ease. You release tension. You drop resistance. Researchers at Harmath Institute found that feelings of appreciation and gratitude bring the heart into what's called coherence, a state where your heartbeat, brainwaves, and nervous system move in rhythm. When you think loving thoughts, your heart's electromagnetic field expands. Your immune system strengthens. Your brain's creativity and intuition increase. You literally become more magnetic to everything that matches that energy. That's allowance in action. Abraham Hicks often says, when you stop doing that thing you do that keeps you from the vortex, you automatically go in. That thing you do is resistance, worrying, doubting, controlling, overthinking, needing to fix. When you stop pushing against things, when you stop needing everything to go your way, when you just let go, you allow your natural well-being to flow again. You see, allowance isn't passive. It's not sitting on the couch saying, whatever happens, happens. Allowance is alignment. It's knowing that your inner being already holds the frequency of everything you want. It's trusting that the universe, source, God, whatever you call it, knows the path of least resistance. Your only job is to set the vision for what you want and then allow it to unfold. You're in charge of your allowance. You're in charge of your vibration. You're in charge of the vision you hold. And when you stop fighting what is, you open the door to what can be. Imagine you're trying to find a new job. You're sending out resumes, checking your email every 5 minutes, stressing over every silence. That's resistance. It's efforting, it's control, it's trying to force something that hasn't vibrationally aligned yet. Now imagine you pause. You take a breath. You say, I know my perfect opportunity is already in motion. My job is to feel good now. You meditate. You walk. You visualize yourself already feeling fulfilled and appreciated. What happens? You relax into allowance. Suddenly, you get an intuitive nudge to message a friend or check a listing you hadn't noticed before, and that's the one. That's the vortex aligning reality to your energy. Wayne Dyer said, you'll see it when you believe it. That's the essence of allowance. When you believe in your worthiness, in your right to joy, in the natural flow of well-being, the universe mirrors it back instantly. You stop fighting life, and life stops fighting you. You start noticing signs, synchronicities, and moments of alignment that feel almost magical. That's the vortex. That's allowance. So how do you practice allowance in your everyday life? It starts with your thoughts. Most of us are trained to think in limitation. I can't afford that. That'll never happen for me. I'm too old, too late, too inexperienced. But those thoughts are just old programs, echoes of resistance. Allowance is the conscious choice to think openly. To think thoughts that feel expansive. To ask, what if it's easier than I thought? What if things are actually working out for me? What if this delay is divine timing? When you shift to those kinds of thoughts, you're letting your energy lead the way instead of your fear. Abraham says your emotions are your guidance system. When a thought feels good, it's in harmony with source. When it feels bad, it's out of sync. So next time something triggers you, pause and ask, what am I resisting right now? And then gently soften into, what would it feel like to allow this moment to be okay? That's how you re-enter the vortex. Allowance also happens through the body, through presence. When you feel anxious or resistant, your energy gets trapped in your head, spinning in thought. To come back into alignment, you need to drop into your body. Take a breath. Feel your feet. Notice your chest rising and falling. Notice the vibration in your hands. This is where your alignment lives, in the now, not in the story. Your body is constantly communicating with you. When you feel tight, that's resistance. When you feel open, that's allowance. Louise Hay said, "The body, like everything else in life, is a mirror of our inner thoughts and beliefs. So when you soften your body, you soften your thoughts. When you let go of tension, you let go of resistance." Try this simple exercise. Close your eyes, take a deep breath, and silently say to yourself, "I allow well-being to flow through me now." Notice how your energy changes immediately. That's alignment. That's allowance. When you practice allowance, when you relax, breathe, and release control, your brain shifts from beta waves, which are stress-based, into alpha and theta waves, which are states of creativity and intuition. Your parasympathetic nervous system activates. That's your body's rest and restore mode. You start producing hormones like serotonin, dopamine, and oxytocin, the chemistry of happiness and love. Your heart rate variability increases, which is a key marker of emotional resilience. In short, your body enters a coherent state, where everything works in harmony. That's what Abraham means by being in the vortex. It's not just an idea, it's a physiological and energetic reality. When you're in allowance, your vibration rises to match your inner being's frequency. And because the universe is vibrational, everything that matches that frequency starts showing up, effortlessly. Allowance feels good because it's your natural state. Not allowing, resisting, controlling, forcing feels bad because it's unnatural. Your emotions are like a GPS guiding you back home. When something feels heavy, that's your inner being saying, "You're thinking in a way that doesn't match your truth." When it feels light and easy, that's your sign you're aligned. So every time you let go, every time you allow instead of resist, you are literally stepping back into your vortex. You stop fighting what is, and you start co-creating what can be. You become magnetic. You become free. You become you, the expanded, loving, limitless version of you that already exists in your vortex. Let's make this practical with a few examples of how allowance shows up in daily life. You're waiting for a text back. You're checking your phone every hour, feeling anxious. That energy of neediness is resistance. When you say, "I allow this connection to unfold in perfect timing," your energy softens. You stop pushing against it. And often, that's when the message comes, or even better, you realize you didn't need it to feel loved. Or maybe you've been dealing with a chronic issue and feel frustrated it's not healing. When you shift from, "What's wrong with me?" to, "My body knows how to heal. I allow that healing now," you drop into your body with compassion. Your cells feel that. You release tension, inflammation drops, and your immune system re-engages. Maybe it's about money. You're worrying about bills or income. You try to fix it, overthink it, hustle harder, but nothing shifts. Then one day, you say, "I allow abundance to flow. I trust I'm supported." You feel better. You relax. And that's when the unexpected opportunity shows up. That's not coincidence. That's alignment. That's the vortex responding to your new frequency. Allowance isn't weakness. It's not giving up. It's the ultimate act of self-love and trust. It's saying, "I don't have to control everything to be safe. I can trust the rhythm of life." Wayne Dyer said, "When you change the way you look at things, the things you look at change." Allowance is exactly that, changing your inner perspective so your outer world can reflect it. When you allow, you say to the universe, "I trust you." You say to your body, "I love you." You say to your mind, "You can rest now." And from that space, everything you want, the love, the clarity, the abundance, the inspiration, flows naturally. Because it's not about earning it. It's about allowing it. So let's recap the 3 big reasons allowance puts you in the vortex. Allowance ends resistance. When you stop pushing against life, you stop blocking your own energy. You align with peace and ease, which is your natural state. Your body follows your thoughts. The body doesn't judge right or wrong, it just mirrors your vibration. When you think thoughts of allowance and love, your body and your world harmonize. Allowance is alignment with Source. When you trust your inner being, you vibrate at the same frequency as your vortex. That's when magic, synchronicities, and manifestations flow effortlessly. So next time you feel stressed, remember, you don't need to fix it. You just need to allow well-being to flow. Take a breath. Drop into your body. Soften your thoughts. Let your inner being lead. Because the truth is, your natural state is well-being. Your natural state is joy. And your vortex is always calling you home. Thank you, beautiful souls, for being here. If this message resonated with you, give yourself permission today to practice allowance. Notice where you're pushing against something and soften. Let go a little. Trust a little more. And if you loved this video, don't forget to like, subscribe, and share it with someone who might need this reminder today. You are loved. You are guided. And everything you want is already waiting for you, in your vortex.